Good morning and welcome back to Deer Valley Homestead with me, Andy. This week I have so much to do. I need to take this pile of wood and roofing and turn it into a new pheasant aviary. I need to breed our rabbits. We have 4 ladies who need to be bred. See your babies, Tiger. Thank you. Look at these guys. Their ears are just starting to flop. And the third job I need to do is feed these bees. Be able to open them and check them before she went to sea. But she mentioned that they needed feeding. The plan is actually pretty simple. It is basically going to be the same as our first aviary, except it's just a little bit bigger. The one other difference I am making is that on this one I covered the whole floor in that mesh, the welded wire mesh. On this one I'm not doing that. I'm putting it on the outside for 30 centimeters all the way around and pegging it down. And the reason is it's just stopped a few of the natural activities that I would have liked to see. It stopped the dust bathing, stopped the ability to scratch at the floor. I'm not keen that they can dig in the floor too much, but I do agree that they need a bit of something that they can have a dust bath. These guys have started breeding. The ladies have started laying eggs. And this poor male up here is the main reason why I really want to get on with this aviary. They are fighting. They haven't really hurt each other as such, but this guy is spending most of his time up here. He's not eating as much, he's not drinking as much. So what I've done is a whole bunch of the boring stuff, and that is to say I have started to tie the net and the mesh onto the frame. I still have lots of it to go. My fingers already hurt. I have various cuts and stab wounds. It's just what happens when you try and do this stuff. But about half of the net roof is on, and maybe a third or a quarter of this stuff on the side. Now the way this works is that you just thread it around and around and around. And about every 45 centimeters, 2 feet, something like that, then I tie it off and I start again. And the reason for that is that if a piece does break, I mean it's very unlikely, but if it does, then the gap won't be too big. I generally like to do all the boring parts of the project first. I just find that if I leave them to the end, they don't always get done. However, you don't need to watch me paint this because it's boring. Nope. I love it when that works. Hey chicken, move out the way. Now, building an aviary sounds quite exotic, but I always try to be honest with you. 90% of it is boring stuff. Like this, trying to thread wires on and generally spending most of the time stabbing yourself in the finger with sharp bits of metal. And of course, having a second person would make this a lot easier. But sadly, the artist still at work. So there's just me. Although I'm not sure this would be her favorite thing to do anyway. Of course, we could just buy an aviary, but well, where's the fun in that? This greenhouse would be in a landfill. Aviary is here with us today, but she's a little bit camera shy. Oh, there you are. Hey. You're looking at my chickens too much, Lamiria. Okay? Hey, Teriyaki. What are you doing, buddy? Not as successful as I hoped today. I have a fair amount of it wired up and pinned in and all that kind of stuff. It's just started to rain slowly. I think 2-4 days with a bit of sunshine and we can have it done and we can have some pheasants moved in. Talking of which, I still need to work out how I'm going to do the door, but what I need really is a much better idea than this net, because that's a disaster. But I'm going to collect the eggs. It's normally pretty funny, so I thought I would bring you along. It's not uncommon for a pheasant to land on my head. Hey guys! You can move around out the way if you want. Super. Alright, I've got one. Got two. Sadney. Sadney. In fact, thinking about it, that was probably a pretty good demonstration of why we have such a soft net on the roof. It's because when they are scared, they will fly straight up into it as fast as they can. And if that was something hard, there's a good chance they would break their necks. There we go. Interestingly, I think that's the darkest egg that we've had so far. I think that might be the third one starting to lay. It is what I am calling day 2. Yesterday was a half day, day before was a half day. This is day 2. I have 2 more days to get this finished. Yesterday was just a pain. I was doing all of these wires all day long and I still have a whole bunch to do. So that's what I'm going to do this morning. But hopefully by this afternoon we'll get to some of the more fun stuff. We'll start putting some of this wood in, get the roof on. Of course, I've got my helper Lymeria, who does not do any helping. And I have the chickens who occasionally like to come and help as well. I'm going to see if I can't get all this finished. You don't need to watch that. We'll come back to you when either we go and feed the bees or maybe when we breed the rabbits. We'll see how the day goes. I think I have everything cut and stained and ready that we need to put this roof on. Of course, my plan changed completely. I was going to finish the mesh this morning and then I realized that to do that I needed to put the net on that side, and to put the net on that side makes it impossible to put the roof on here and do the screws afterwards. So here I am putting the roof on instead. Minor change of plan. Anyway, here's the basic plan. I've made these little nuggets. These go on top and hopefully fit in between here. Something like that. And then there's a larger one, goes underneath on here, like that. I will screw these two together. Dunk. So that holds that nice and firmly in place. And then the roof panel can go on top of here. So there's 3, one for here, one here, and one here. And then the same for the side. All right, well, that lasted all of 3 minutes after I turned the camera off. And it started to rain properly. And I checked the forecast. And it is now saying rain all day till 4 p.m. So I'm just gonna give up. This aviary is taking a lot longer than it was supposed to. Welcome back to day 4 of a 3-day project that probably has another 2 days to go. Yesterday I managed to get this first line on before the rain started. I actually came out 3 more times and tried to get on, and every time I came out the rain started up again. It's just what it is. So anyway, I'm going to continue. I'm going to try and get the roof on today. I'm also going to try and feed the bees. I was actually on my way down there already, and then you may be able to hear it. The wind picked up. My hair may also be giving it away. So I have everything here ready just in case the wind drops down enough for long enough. Then I can run down and feed the bees. And maybe we'll also get to this rabbit breeding today as well. I have all of what I'm calling the framing on. That's maybe a strong word, but it's on. I'm going to throw some roof panels on here. I hope it's not too windy. This might actually work. I have run out of screws. I had another packet, but they had silver heads and I didn't check, so I have to go back to the shop at some point. The wind has died down enough that I think we're probably okay to go and feed the bees. So that is exactly what we're going to do. We can take the puppy and go and feed them. I tell you, these Nandus are pretty smart. She saw me open the gate from 100 meters away. She's never seen this gate open before, and she came running down here to see if she could get herself a bit of freedom. Can't be having that. What's up, guineas? So, I don't know a lot about bees, to be honest. They are bees. I just look after them when she's away working, and generally she just tells me what to do, and that's what I do. So today I'm going to feed them. Now, I'm not saying that I'm nervous, but I'm pretty nervous. Or maybe I should have left the puppy at home. I don't see any pollen on the legs of the ones coming back. Alright bees, just remember, I'm here to help you. Okay? I'm not here to hurt you. I'm not here to do something bad. Oh man. But these guys actually have a little bit of food left. Oh, they're building. Okay bees, move out the way. Okay. Well, not too much going on in the top yet, so that's good. Some food. Alright, let's get out of here. I'm still alive. None of them have tried to eat my face. Alright, that is the bees fed. I'm gonna head back to the house. I've got some more painting to do. Alright, this is the last piece, and then the roof and the sides are done. Why are you looking at me? I will say, wiring all these things up sucks. But if I had to guess, between the wire, the mesh, the paint and the roof, and the wood, I would guess I've spent less than €100 on this aviary. Or for my American friends, less than $100. So there are some benefits to being crazy and doing it yourself. Alright, that is it. We are wired up all the way along. And we have the netting on the roof and the mesh on the sides. I wish I could put this netting on the sides, it would be much easier, but it's just not that predator proof. It's fine for the roof, but on the sides, any little mouse, rat, anything that wants to get in there would. Generally, I'm pretty happy. There's one little patch here where I had to connect 2 bits of net, and I don't really like it that much. I don't think we're going to get this finished this week, but I'm going to try. My priority today is to get these 2 side panels on and this wood on the back side. We've already painted it all, so it's just a case of cutting it, fitting it, screwing it on, job done. But first, let's go and breed the rabbits. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, but there's like a light fog coming off the forest, and that is not fog or dust. That is the pollen that is being released today. That's hectic. I'm breeding my rabbits at the moment so that in a month's time we'll have a whole bunch of baby kits. If you want to see an in-depth video on breeding rabbits, you can look through my channel, and there's one in there. It's half an hour long, answers every question you might have. So most important thing to remember, lady first, and in a nice neutral area. You behave. Alright. And generally that's all you have to do. Now these two are fairly experienced, so it shouldn't take them long to get to business. There we go. Well done, buddy. Well done. I have now seen him jump on her and fall off twice, so I'm happy that he's got the job done. I will put them back together in 2 days' time, but this video will be out by then. And basically, if she's aggressive with him, I will know that she's already pregnant. And if she's not aggressive and lets him come on to her, I will assume that she was not pregnant. So my first job today is to get this back wall on, and then I can put the wall on after that. It's a pretty simple process really of just cutting the bits of wood to fit, slide them in, and then I just use these washers with a screw and hold them in like that. There will then be a frame that will hold them from the inside as well. But so far I'm pretty happy with how it's turning out. It's pretty strong, and of course it still has those battens to go on the back as well. And I'm pretty happy with how it looks, and I think you can see why I paint this before I put it on, because otherwise I'd be covering the green in brown. It would look horrible. Watch out. Right, I think we're in. About there. That is the side and the back of the aviary finished. You okay down there, puppy? Chilling with the chickens. The chickens are enjoying the shade. Alright team, well, unfortunately it's now 5 PM on Friday and I haven't finished it. What that does mean is next week you get to watch me finish an aviary. It's always those small things that I think are quick and easy at the end that take the time. So the back wall is 90% done. The roof is done, this wall is done, that wall is done, that wall is 90% done, and I still need to do the front door. On top of that, I need to put all that enrichment, nesting boxes, everything else in here, so it's just not going to happen today. So my apologies for that. But if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe. Next week I will be finishing this aviary. And yes, I'm aware I have been saying that for about a month now. But I will do my best. Keep safe, and we'll catch you on the next one.